Okay, so this is the next part of the video, leading lines. Leading lines are so powerful, and once you discover a leading line, it changes your photography forever. You're going to enjoy this one. We're at a lock again. Locks are an amazing place to find leading lines. You could use the canal boat itself. Obviously, anything that's got a nice line taking your eye around the photograph you can use. This lock is particularly cool because we've got this line here, which as I move the camera around, I have actually got to adjust my exposure again. So I'm just going to touch my exposure compensation, darken it. So I've darkened my exposure just to counter. By darkening the exposure, it really helps me pick out all the shadows, which exaggerates all my leading lines and all my angles, basically. So as I move the camera around, you can see they've got this really nice line here. So you've got like a zigzag going through the photograph. So you've got the lines of the bridge over there. You've got the lines in the floor, a few steps. You've got a line there. You've got a few steps going over the bridge, and those lines take your eye around the photograph and back in. So they're really powerful. So as long as your diagonal lines are pointing in the viewer's eye in the right part of the photograph, it's really important that a leading line takes your eye into the photograph. It's very easy for me to position the camera so that the lines are going out. So if I was taking a photograph there, the line is going out of the photograph, which is the opposite of what you want a leading line to do. So we're going to take a photograph here. Bear in mind, a standard height photograph is when you stand there with your phone like this. What you want to try and do is, remember, we need to incorporate all the lessons we've used up till now. So we need to use the rule of thirds, we need to use exposure lock, we need to balance the photograph, and if we add interest just by lowering the camera down, you can move around, see what works better, and just create something new and different. So by moving the phone around, I can create some really interesting shots. I quite like that one. I'm going to press and hold the screen, lock my focus in, so focus isn't going to move. My exposure's already dialed into -1 just to give me some nice contrast. I've got a couple of trees in the background which are nice. So if I go about there, take that photograph, the viewer's eye starts here, goes round to the joint, I don't know the technical name for, and back over to the other side of there, and it also does the same that side as well. So you've got a few leading lines which take the viewer's eye around the photograph. Okay, so as we move the camera around, I'm going to focus lock there, so I'm going to focus and hold it there, so whatever happens, no matter where I take the photograph, it's not going to miss focus, right? But as I move the camera around, it's not balanced. It's really important that areas like this lock are on a third, which would probably be around about there, or they're coming in from the corner to exaggerate the leading lines. Otherwise, it's not obvious enough that it's supposed to be a leading line, okay? So I need to move the camera around, be a bit creative. There's a leading line there, but it doesn't take your eye to anything, okay? But at least it comes in from a corner, but you need to move it around until you get a point where the leading line is actually taking the viewer's eye to something. I really wish those trees were in a better position on the top left-hand third. But as I move the camera around, you can see it brings all the elements together. So it's dead important that we experiment, move the camera around, and lift the camera up if we need to, see if that helps. We could put the handle in the bottom. That works there. We've got the handle coming in the bottom. We could bring the camera down. So if I go, let's have a look under there. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. It's just a case of moving the camera around and being patient with it, enjoying it, relaxing, and looking for what makes sense, looking for what you enjoy, but don't forget to get rid of all the distractions. Everything you don't like, try and get that out of the photograph. Don't pinch the zoom, physically move your legs and you'll be fine. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed that video. As we said in the previous video, leading lines and subframes are so important. Once you see a leading line and a subframe, you really will, you'll see them everywhere. So remember to look when you get to locks, look around the canal. There's lots of apertures you can shoot through, windows and stuff on the boat. The boat itself you could use as a leading line as well, so there's lots of opportunity. But once you see them, you really will, you'll see them everywhere, and they're so much fun. So really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful. Make sure you tag us in your photographs so we can see them. We're looking forward to seeing what sort of images you get on the trip. We really hope you've enjoyed this mini series. It's been so much fun to make. Thank you so much for Black Prince Holidays for having me come down and hopefully show you some tips on photography. Really hope you enjoy the rest of your trip. Thanks so much. And don't forget, like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.